Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh and over here at South Dade Kia to film this 2025 Kia K4 GT line for y'all. With that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to them. Make sure to go ahead and contact Angel V. He'll be able to assist you into getting into a vehicle today. So powering this model is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder producing 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque straight through a CVT transmission. Only to the front wheels though for this model. So the model that we're checking out today is the GT line non-turbo. Now you can get the GT line with the turbocharged 4-cylinder, but that doesn't come out until next year. They actually went ahead and made the GT line available with the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, which is actually quite surprising because what brands like to do is that when it comes to the performance-oriented models, they typically do not add a trim level for those lower engines. And I really like the way Kia has done this variant, or I should say this model, because usually it's just unheard of. Nowadays you have to get, in order to get the performance oriented engine, you have to go for the top trim, but Kia went ahead and changed that script, which is something really nice. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the design changes they've done. So over here at the front we have a newer front bumper. So this is more of a sportier design element. We get that nice gloss black around here. On the side section we got a gunmetal gray trim level down the middle. We got your safety sense, and then the grille on the bottom and the top actually changed to have more of these, you know, lines that go across, a lot more airiness to go into feeding that engine with some air, which is very nice. Over here we do have the same exact headlight unit. We got the daytime running light at the top, and then it swishes down over here off to the side. They are finished in that amber style that we've seen with all of the Kia products, which is very nice. We got tri-beam LED headlight system, which is very nice. You do have your high beam assist all the way down there, but it looks very nice. And then, like I mentioned with the gloss black, we're gonna see that all around the exterior. So we're gonna get it around the wheel wells. We're gonna get it down here in the lower part of the door sill with the side skirts, and then we're also gonna get it at the rear. But we do also get that same gloss black over here with these mirror caps right here. Now some people will note that there is a little bit of a silver accent. Now this silver accent is actually carried over from the front grille. They went ahead and added it here to kind of split up the gloss black as well as the coloring of this vehicle, and I actually prefer it, which is quite surprising. More of me as a sportier person, I don't typically like that, but it looks really good over here. Now dropping it over here, we got 18-inch wheels that look really nice. They are directional style finish with gloss black and that aluminum finish. I like these rim designs, they look really good. So getting over here to the side, the overall design looks really nice. This door section at the rear, now I know a lot of people have noted that the way that this door handle being up here and how you have a door handle right there on the front door section, they don't like it, but actually I quite like it. And when you take off that door handle and you put it up here, it actually looks very nice with this line in this red that we have here. As you can see, the line kind of carries upward from here, and then it tapers off and it goes to the back taillights. And I like the overall design. Now these taillights at the rear, they're not full LED. The daytime running lights are, but the brake lights as well as your turn signal are not full LED, but your reverse lights are full LED. Now getting back here, we have that same gloss black finish, and then we get that, you know, faux diffuser design element with no exposed exhaust, which is typical. Got that GT line badge. And then getting over here to the trunk, you press that button, you go ahead and lock it. This is not a power operated tailgate, but as you see, same amount of space that you would find in the non GT line, which is really good to see. Now getting over here to the front area, let's go ahead and check out soft padding up at the top. Got some soft padding here and here with the nice white accent that goes across. Got your window switch gears as well as controlling your mirrors, door handle, and you get heated and ventilated seat with presets for the power operated seats. Now these seats are full leather, so we do have full leather with perforation down the middle. As you can see, they do operate velvet forward and back. We do have lumbar control. Getting inside, we have a very nice sporty style finish for the steering wheel. We got a flat bottom as well as a flat top with a nice 9-3 grip area right here, a little bit of thickness on the bolstering right there as well. We got your controls for your cruise control and some other information down the middle of the tack, and you also have your controls for your touchscreen display. Really like this you know, two-tone design that Kia has implemented. You can go for a red interior color that will change this to red, as well as this to red, but this white with the black looks very, very, very nice. Now, speaking about infotainment, we have a 12.3-inch touchscreen display, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster as well, which is very nice. This does come with the over-the-air update, as well as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaking about wireless Apple CarPlay, we do have a wireless charging pad down here, which is very nice. 2 USB Type-Cs, which one you can go ahead and switch over to your USB and charging, which is very nice. 12-volt down there, and you got your shifter right here putting into reverse. As you can see, we do have trajectory for the rear whenever you are parking, and then we have different modes for your rear camera right there, which very, very good that Kia has offered that. We got a dedicated parking button right there, as well as your auto hold, large cup holders that you can go ahead and, you know, have it enclosed or actually opened up, which is good to see. Large cubby space right there down in the center console, and then opening here we do have a glove box that is not, you know, damped or lined with felt, which is very, very nice to see. We do have this different trim level right here. It's kind of like a Normal design to it, where it has these lines going into a slant. Looks very good. And then we have that gray gloss black up at the top. So really there's no kind of like gloss black in this model, which I'm kind of surprised, because sportier models typically have that gloss black, but it seems like Kia is actually listening to the consumers as well as reviewers like myself. And then getting into the rear is very straightforward. You got your door handle right there. There is no soft padding at the top. It's hard plastic. Soft padding here and here with that same white accent and a little cubby space right there. Got that same white border that goes across and a white headrest just like in the front. And getting into the rear, it's actually very straightforward. It's very easy and it feels fantastic. Sitting behind myself at 6 foot tall, I have a ton of space over here. Headroom wise, I actually have a ton of space as well. We got that larger sunroof up at the front, and even though we have that large sunroof, I will say headroom wise at 6 foot tall, sitting up straight, I have, you know, probably 0.5 left. So, you know, if you slouch your body a little bit, if you're a little bit tall, you can actually fit into here. But usually I don't really like slouching. I like sitting upright because of my back, and it feels really good back here. You got LED rear lights right here for your map lights, which is very nice. And then opening the center console, we got 2 cup holders, USB Type-Cs right there. Unfortunately, no rear vents, which I would love to see that. I know that in Korea they do come with rear vents. Would love to see they offer that. Got a map pocket right here. It just feels fantastic back here. I really like the way these seats feel. They're so plush. They're really, really plush. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take this model out for a drive. All right, so let's go ahead and take this model out for a drive. Putting it in drive is straightforward. To go ahead and shift the gears yourself, you can go ahead and do that, or you could use the paddle shifters on the back part. So let's go ahead and take it out to South Dixie over here, and let's see how this model drives. Now, like I said, this is the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and not the 1.6 turbocharged 4-cylinder that we find in the turbo version. But nonetheless, this is actually a great engine. I used it in the other K4 that I drove, and I really like the output. 147, 130, you know, 9 pound-feet of torque, or 137 pound-feet of torque if I'm not mistaken, and it just felt really good. Right now I have it in normal mode. I don't have it in the sport mode, but you can put it into sport mode. We'll go ahead and do that once we get around this stop sign, and I will let you know. But the overall suspension feels great. Even though this is the GT line, there really doesn't feel like there has been any changes to the suspension. It does feel a little bit lower, but maybe that's just me, how I felt it. And then the cool thing about changing into the drive modes, as you see, it's just only normal and sport. Let's go ahead and gun it just a little bit. And as you see, it does simulate gears because of that CVT transmission. You can shift up and down. So as you see, I could press into the accelerator, and and it will automatically shift up whenever you do put it into the shift it yourself mode, what I like to call it. But overall, it feels really good. It's very peppy, it's very much alive, even though it is, you know, a CVT with a 4-cylinder. Now, I'm not the hugest fan of CVTs. As many of you know, I had a Honda HR-V, and I didn't like the way that that CVT felt, but this actually feels a lot more sportier and pepped up. So, like I said, even in normal mode, it just feels really good. And it actually feels like an, you know, conventional automatic transmission. You can see right there, it actually shows you which gear I'm in simulating for this model. And I'm kind of surprised of how good this vehicle feels. Overall, it feels really nice in here, as well as sound deadening wise. There isn't a lot of exterior noise coming into the cabin, which I'm quite surprised, because, you know, when it comes to a lower cost vehicle like this, typically they don't really care for ambient sound that's from the exterior. But Kia actually has done a really good job with you know, eliminating all that road exterior sound, especially into those wheel wells. It does have some inner liner there, and it just really gets up and goes. And the brakes feel really good, and whenever you press on the brakes, I'm actually quite surprised, very much surprised. You know, I really loved the K4 when I drove it, you know, a couple months back, and with this model, I'm actually super pleased with driving it. You know, I can only imagine how, you know, the GT Line Turbo feels whenever you do have that turbocharged engine underneath the hood. But overall, when you press on the gas, it gets up and goes, and it kind of like, you know, simulates those gears that you're looking for, which is really nice, really nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think about this vehicle. Do you guys like the overall design that Kia has done for the K4? All in all, do you like the GT line a lot more than the non-GT line variants? Are you surprised that Kia actually offered a GT line with the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder? Because I am. But with that being said, make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.